Okay, so his parents were from North Korea and a long time ago they died, says the file.
Oh yeah, we'll do that while you got it there. Yeah. It's great.
Was he in North Korea?
This is as soon as you start, there's so many more. As soon as you read, you've got like, I've had myself.
In terms of being Korean, I guess that didn't really come from the family environment that I was in. So to me, cultural identity being Korean is there because of how I look and what my adoption file says and where I know that my birth family is from, but it's not something that I feel really strongly connected to. So I identify as Korean for sure, but maybe that's less how I feel, more just of what I say that I am. So I'm 20 years old. I was adopted from Korea when I was 3 months old. My mum was born in Australia to a Hungarian family and my dad was born and raised in America. They met whilst they were travelling overseas, and so they had my brother. So my brother's name is Ben. So he's 5 years older than me and biological to my adoptive parents. When we were little, it would never be a thing that I was adopted. So my brother and I are still pretty close. Each time we hang out, you know, there's a lot of connections that we relate to. And he does want to ask about my adoption and does want to know about how I feel being adopted. But I think he's also very cautious of letting me speak how I feel rather than him trying to impose anything. Now that I'm an adult, speaking to my parents about adoption is very different. So I think in reflecting on my childhood, I used to always be very overly conscious about their feelings and, you know, their point of view being my adoptive parents. I definitely didn't realise it in this kind of depth at the time, but looking back, I was always probably masking whatever I was saying or feeling just not to hurt their feelings. And this unconscious way of proving gratitude to your adoptive family. And I think that carries through to my parents and our relationship quite a lot for when I was younger. But I suppose now that I'm aware of it, I'm trying to, you know, when we do discuss my adoption, that it's a little bit more open to the best of my ability and a little bit more genuine and focused around me rather than how they're feeling and are they going to be upset by what I'm saying, because yeah, I would like to be more authentic in the way that I speak about it for my feelings as well as theirs. Growing up, I always knew that eventually I would probably start a birth family search. So I started it last year through part of the Victorian agency that led to the Korean agency. I was then prompted by the agency to write a letter to them. I did send that letter off eventually. So at this stage, we're still waiting to hear back. So I think being adopted has led me to try to see the world really openly in how I meet new people or speak to people that I know really well. So I think growing up, when kids around me would find out that I'm adopted straight away, they'd kind of have these images in their head of what my upbringing must have been like, or that my life story must have been really, really hard and sad. And that always made me feel challenged, I suppose, and led me to really push forward, like, well, I can tell you my story rather than you telling me what you think my story is.